Hey guys and gals and young Savannah Walters, if you're watching today, darling. Our beautiful Southern Belle in Louisiana, from South of America, Savannah Walters. She's a regular viewer, so I've got to give her a regular mention. So if you're watching today, young Savannah, this is what you've got to do, darling, if you want to be a good, consistent player. You've got to get out and you've got to practice, and you've got to practice with a purpose. Okay, guys, today, a couple of things. One of our posters on One Atomic Golf channel, Craig Guthrie. How are you, buddy, if you're watching today? Now, Craig came up with a great key for having a quiet body and firing the club behind us. And Craig was saying that he's experiencing some extraordinary strikes on the ball when he gets this feeling, that the back of the lead shoulder is facing the target when he's hitting the ball. Now that's a great key, and it's essentially just another way of describing what I say when I want to feel like I'm looking there. But if you can feel the back of your lead shoulder facing the target as a feeling when you hit it, you've got to be doing this. You've got to be doing this. So I actually will take that into my thinking as well. And if anybody starts to apply that as a process of thinking, we can term that. And guys, what we like to do is get feedback from everybody so that they can be part of the evolvement of channel lock and the terminologies associated with channel lock. So for this particular aspect of thinking here, where we've got the back of the lead shoulder facing the target when we hit it, so we're closed and we're just quiet body, just firing, chopping the arms down, we'll call that the Guthrie effect. Back of the lead shoulder facing the target, that's the Guthrie effect, or the Guthrie process. But it's an effect, so it's a Guthrie effect. Now, another thing that Craig brought up, which I think is important, because connotations of description are really important when you're trying to get something across to somebody. And I was saying the other day, and I was using the descriptive term chop. Chop. We just get from the top here and we basically just chop the club down. Chop it down and out. Now, Craig also brought up what his feeling and connotation is associated with a chop. And a chop for him is a very, sort of savage, quick type of process. And so it's very hard to be smooth and slow and laconic from the top of the swing when you've got a thought in your head where, okay, if we want to chop it, JH says chop it, that I'm going to chop it, I'm going to do that. Well, guys, you can have a soft chop. And this is what I'm saying. You just change the chop connotation, the normal connotation, to a different connotation that is a soft chop. And if we had a meat cleaver and it was razor sharp, and I had a big piece of paper here and it was in a frame and it was just, the thousandths of an inch thickness on the top there, I wouldn't go like that with the meat cleaver to cut that piece of paper. I would have a soft chop. I'd go whoosh, whoosh. The same as when we get a piece of paper and we've got a really sharp knife and we go whoosh, like that, and we carve a piece off. That's a chopping action if we had the cleaver there, but it's not a fast chop, it's a soft chop. So that's how you can change your thinking. We want a soft chop in this process, not a fast chop. Okay, so from now on, when we get the back of the lead shoulder here, scapula type area there, that's called the Guthrie effect. Okay, guys, now the other thing is, in order to get the quiet body, here and just fire the arms down or just chop the arms down, we've got to get this feeling here, that the body is not wanting to go this way. Any activation of the body going that way is going to interfere and block the free directional action of the arms. As soon as this body moves this way, these lose their ability to do that. So I think you can increase the ability of your arms to do that by actually feeling this in the downswing. When we've in the downswing, in that we go this way, we go that way. Now what does that do when we go that way, or just stay over here? I don't think it's detrimental to an arm swing to have a little bit of body movement, providing it's not forward. It can go backwards a little bit here, because that's still going to give us a free arm swing. Now what I feel, and what I've felt in a lot of good shots of late, is this. When I'm hitting the ball, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling a pushback, as I would if I was throwing a javelin. If I come in to throw a javelin, if I come in and I go, that's what I do with the javelin. I push back off this side here so I can increase the thrust away effect of my trail arm, the delivery arm. I increase it because I'm pushing back and supporting the throw away from it. I'm not going like that. I wouldn't throw a javelin like that. I throw a javelin like that. That's what the javelin guys do. You watch them, they come in, they go. That's what they look like after they deliver it. They're here. Baseball hitter, he's here. So this point here, guys, if we can get it going this way, believe it or not, this fulcrum point here can go that way further. You know what happens? It gives you more of an opportunity to straighten that trail arm more when you get to the ball. Why? Because the fulcrum's further away from the golf ball. If I bring that fulcrum forward here to the ball, I can't straighten that right arm properly. But if that fulcrum's back here, I can really straighten it. And not only that, guys, I can get under. I can get this action going. I can get my into-out hit going under and upward. Under and upward and outward, by keeping that trail fulcrum point of the shoulder further back here. Now that's extreme. Now that's not suggested or taught in any arenas of world golf instruction. Everybody teaches you to move this way. And I think that's the difficulty, and I think that's why we're all inconsistent, because that ball up there, when we set it up there in a normal configuration of a golf swing, we've got to get from here to that ball. We've got to chase it. We've got to get up to it. But guys, if it's back here, and I've said this ad nauseum in the last couple of days, if it's back there, you don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to chase it. We just stay quiet. Stay quiet and let the golf club find its way to the golf ball. We don't have to do anything else. My emphasis now, guys, is on actually staying back here and firing away as hard as I can. I picked up about, well, in some of the hits I had in trying that, I picked up about 1.5 clubs of mine. It's just crazy stuff. All right, now the other thing, we've got to develop something that we call a smoothness index. Now, if you saw in that lesson I gave to Stuart Williams, the teaching pro and the ex-tour player, he's a very accomplished teacher, guys, highly credentialed teacher and given thousands of lessons and very well thought of as a teacher, and did his apprenticeship under probably Australia's greatest coach. So what I was doing with Stuart, now Stuart has been a good player and a great ball striker, but he always had this issue with his golf swing. He would do that, he'd feel his backswing here, feel it, know what he wanted to do with it in the practice swing here, and then he'd come in here and he'd go straight away. And he told me, and it's a bit like me, he didn't want to forget the feeling of what he wanted to do in the backswing, so his ignition move was very, very quick and abrupt off the ball. And it was too abrupt, because what it does was it activated the hands too quickly, and all this got left behind. There was no smoothness index. And I promise you, if you have an abrupt takeaway in the backswing, you'll have an abrupt start to the downswing, no question. So what the smoothness index, guys, is this, that once we get to here, and it paid dividends with Bill Phillips. Bill Phillips used to be here and get away really quick. And then we introduced into Bill, the Kill Bill, where Bill actually stops the club at the ball. And his backswing has improved dramatically. And it's so consistent now. And I put that down solely to the Kill Bill, the fact that he doesn't have the opportunity to be abrupt and quick in the takeaway. So guys, the smoothness index is this. We build it. That's not a smoothness index. That is a smoothness index. That's smooth. That's a smoothness index. And we want the chop to be a smooth one from here. Now that great line of Sam Snead's where he told me that all he worked on in his golf swing to get the great tempo was trying to have a downswing that was slower than his backswing. He said, I try and actually swing the club slower in the downswing than I take it back. Now you think about that. That's a fantastic bit of information. So the smoothness index, guys, is this. We're in here, and I said, okay, I'm right here. Smooth it away. Now, I'm the worst offender. I mean, I'm really quick. I'm Pedro the Swift. I'm really quick, but I've always been like that. But I don't have to be like that. And it paid huge dividends for Stuart yesterday when he got the smoothness index going. He was really, jabby and sharp and very active when he came and showed me what the difficulties he was having with his swing. He was very, very fidgety and quick off the ball. But as soon as I slowed him down, he started to smash it. And you don't get much reaction out of Stuart because he's a perfectionist. I mean, those drives he hit were bombed and they were 98% perfect, but he didn't react to them because they weren't 100%. And if they're not 100%, Stuart doesn't react. So, but he was hitting it like fantastic. So the smoothness index. So that's it. So develop a smoothness index. Now the other thing, guys, what you'll notice with me, and I want to pass this on to everyone. Some people are saying, yeah, look, I can get my golf swing here after I've hit some shots on the practice field and I get it going, but I can't keep it going. I can't take it on the golf course where I've got this long pause in between shots because I've lost the continuity of feel. Well, guys, you won't lose the continuity of feel through time lapse of hitting shots if you do what I do. Now, I structure and phase my swing exactly the same every time, and you'll notice I do this. Right? I'll come in, I go here, right? I call this a duck drinking, like the duck getting down to drink water. But I get in here, I put that ball off the back foot and I put the club down here. Now I'm phasing, that's the early phase. Now the second phase of the swing is the lead foot comes up to there. Now, the third phase is that I just cock into here. And of course the fourth phase is I activate the golf swing. But it all starts from that absolutely exact same starting number one aspect in the process, in the protocol process of the backswing. It all starts from there. Now if you do that, and if you do it with the same amount of timing, like I do it like this, guys. I have this walk in here, I feel the club, I'm getting the pressure in my grip, I get in here, and then I just pull up to here, then I just sit back into that trail side. Now once I'm back in here, guys, all I got to do is push the club away or fling the club away. That's all I got to do. Now if you can get all that part right, then you've got a chance of having a really consistent golf swing. And that's why I can walk up, step up and hit the first shot, like 95% every time. Because I do the same thing every time. I'm not looking for something different. It's there, it's embedded. Okay, I've embedded it. But you can embed it as well, because it's just a process, guys. It's just a process. I think one of the guys said that, he brushes his teeth a few times each day and he has no trouble brushing them the same way. He never forgets how to brush his teeth the same way. And it was interesting that Craig Guthrie, who was apparently a dentist, and he made a post and he said, well, you may think you brush your teeth the same way every time, but you actually don't. So I haven't looked at that post yet, or that link yet, Craig, so I must have a look at that. So, but you must adhere to an exactness in your pre-shot routine. Now, for me, it's just this, guys. I get this. This is my ignition. This is the phasing. Look, it's here. The ball's there. There's my measurement. Here. There's my measurement. You don't have to worry about anything else with the golf club at this stage. Just get your grip. I usually take it in my left hand, pull it into my right, get the phasing, then I'll step into the ball. There's my measurement. There's my measurement here. Then I just bring this up for balance, or basically just to let me. The more I bring this up here, it cocks me around here and drives weight into that trail side. So it's all part of the structure of the setup. These are very important aspects, and I said I would go into intrinsic detail of the pre-shot routine, because it is important, but it's absolutely emphatic as a requirement that you do exactly precisely the same every time. And I mean, if you can do it millisecond perfect, you should do it. And that's why Mo Norman and Count Yogi was so unbelievable, because they did everything millisecond perfect. Count Yogi's infallible mental routine was that he did exactly the same thing millisecond perfect every shot. And so did Mo Norman. Mo Norman's staging and phasing was exactly the same. Millisecond perfect. Now, you don't want to be getting over the ball and interrupting that phasing. You should have all the shot requirements and prerequisites for the shot done before you get over the ball. You say, okay, I know what I want to do. I know where the target is up there. Okay, I've got that now. I've got getting my alignment. I'm feeling the alignment. I'm getting the measurement and feeling the alignment at the same time. Here I am here. Then I just bring this up. Then I just roll into the backswing here. I just roll into it there. Roll into it there. So guys, that's why you probably have difficulty in repeating it. This part of it is so important. It's got to be millisecond the same. Don't get what I term address phasing interrupters. Don't let anything get in the way of the sequencing and the phasing and changing it. You don't want to change it at all. Don't let it change. I had a horrible feeling then I hadn't turned on the audio. Okay, so here it is, guys. This is it. Come in here. I've already seen what I want there. And after I've gone in here, guys, I'm really not out there much anymore. I'll have a cursory glance out there. But as I said before, my objective is that golf ball. All I want to do is put this club on the golf ball. That's my target. And people say, oh, you should be trying to swing the club to the target or no, I'm not trying to. I'm trying to swing the club to the ball. Why? Because I can control that. I can put this club on the ball. I can't control what that ball does after it's in flight. So I'm not going to concern myself with what it's going to do after flight. If my pre-shot routine has been right, I should have the confidence to know the ball's going to go in the right direction. But it won't go in the right direction, and it won't fly there with integrity of flight if I don't put the club on the ball correctly and as best I can. So for me, that's my target. I swing at the ball, not the target. I swing at the ball. I've said that before. Okay, so this is my phasing, guys. I get here, here. I've seen a little cursory glance there. Bring this up here. Just hit it. Just hit it. All right, now what I'm going to do, and see the feet, I'm starting to get the feet down. All right, now the other thing is, I'm really going to try and go this way on the downswing. I'm actually going to feel like I'm going there. Actually try to unload that lead foot. I won't, but that's my intention. Okay, here we go. Here, here. Look at this, guys. Look where I'm back here. Got to see that ball flight. Okay, I'm drilling stuff. I won't have quite that amount of physical look about me in the golf swing, but I want to have that feeling. I want to have that feeling. Okay, quiet body, JH. Here. Quiet body. Club swinging out there, guys. Now what I need to do now is phase down a little bit in terms of speed in the phasing. Here, here, here. So I'm getting the feet down all the time now, guys. And the more I can go back here, if I actually feel like I'm here, man, I thunder it. Absolutely thunder the ball. Like that. Now I'm always going to be quick off the ball because that's me, but I want to be smooth quick. I don't want to be jabby quick. Here we go. I want to be smooth quick. Kind of really quiet body, JH. Okay, we're going to get this effect when we finish because we've got to unleash that momentum. But this is effectively the quiet body. There it is, guys. That's just a quiet body, and I'm throwing the club down there behind me. Looks like a beginner's swing, doesn't it? That ball flight don't look like no beginner's swing. Neither does that. They're all going the same place. Exactly the same place. Little right, little left, that's because that's where I am. I say it's only 2-3 yards either side. Come on, Chad. That's it, guys. That's it, that's how I want to be. See, no gouging, nothing going on. Here we go. I might get a little Keegan Bradley. I might get a couple here sometimes when I'm just getting a little. I might be just readjusting my grip pressure a little bit, but it'll only be a couple of these. It won't be 10. It might be 2. Might be 3. It won't be 10. Here we go. Okay, quiet body. Feel like I'm over here. Feel like I'm over here and throwing the club away from me. And people say to me, and give me grief sometimes, say, JH, your videos are too long. Well, how can I give you all this information in a shorter video? I can't. How do I do that? Shorter video is short information. These are like lessons. That thing you saw yesterday with Stuart was a lesson. That was a half-hour instructional process. Here we go. Come on. Don't worry about what your arm looks after the ball. Don't worry about it. See, slow mine down. I've got straight arms at impact. That's where I want to be. And I haven't got any of this. I don't want to jam it in here. And I can jam it in there as good as anyone. And I can get the extension out there as good as anyone. But I don't want to do that, guys, because all this loading in here, I've got to get rid of that loading the same way every time. But if I don't have any loading coming in, I've got a big wide arc coming in, that's got a chance to be exactly the same basically all the time. It has a chance to be almost the same every time. So here we go, guys. Guys, you don't want to hit it, well, you probably do, but I'm happy to hit it that way as good as that for the rest of my life, because that's a perfect hole shot. That's perfect flight, perfect contact. There's a guy out here that's just walked across. You've got no idea I'm doing videos. You'll know when this ball goes over his head. It's amazing. We call this area here the area of oblivion, because people just have got no idea. They just don't see what's going on. He's just seen me and he's just waved and he's just, you know, he's embarrassed himself, he's just run off. Watch this, guys. There's no movement on those golf balls at all, zero. And the more I can get back, I'll really try and do a good job on staying way back here. Way back here. Like that. Look at this guy. That's how I want to be, guys. I want to have bent knees and I want to be back there. Why? Because this fulcrum's back here and I can extend that trail arm. That's just a bullet. And that's really long distance for me at my age. That's longer than I've ever hit a 5-iron before. They're just bullets. See, the feet are down now, guys. The feet are down and the knees are bent and I'm back. Feet are down, legs bent and I'm back. Come on, smooth it out, Jade. Same thing. That's the emphasis. I never want to go forward. I never want to go forward. And it was interesting that just after a few shots yesterday that Stuart the pro said, when he got up here with the ball up here, because he started playing me, he got up here, he said, oh, that feels awful. And he'd only been doing it for half an hour, playing the ball back. You know why it feels awful? Because having the ball up there is unnatural. Having your hands body centered here, or back here, in that balanced position, is natural. That's unnatural. That's out of balance. And he found that after only hitting, 6 or 7 shots with the ball way back. Now, for a good player to move the ball half an inch is big. Stuart moved it 6 or 8 inches. And the results were unbelievable. Just hit a couple of drivers with that layback. And guys, I'm really hitting the ball amazingly well with the driver with the Javelin over here. Come on, Joe, hit it. Don't blow over camera. Here we are. Same process, guys. Look at this here. Quiet body. Look at this, guys. Look. I've never been a really high ball hitter with the driver, but I can hit it really high now and I can carry it. I can carry it. See, the process is the same, guys. I never changed. And guys, that's why the driver is just as easy to hit. It's just as easy to hit. Everything's the same. Now, just came down. See, guys, I'm just hitting it up. Hitting it on out. Hitting. Up. Up and away. Okay, come on, Jay. Give it a bit of a twist. Gee, that's high. Guys, when you hit up and out, you can never hit the ball to the left ever. Well, I don't hit it to the left anyway, which I haven't done from the first day. I hit one shot one day, but there was a weather condition. Just blew me into the ball. Okay, watch this last shot. Really stay back, quiet body, super quiet body, and a good smoothness index. Here we go. Got to hit another one. That's just such a good thing. Hitting up, probably launching at about 16, 17 degrees. I'm probably hitting the ball 50 feet higher than I normally hit it. Okay guys, just a couple of things today and I think they're important. I'll come back if the weather's okay and I'll do a video on how to work the ball. William Milne asked about that, how we get different height and different flight. Great shots, weren't they?